Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chill English, the place where we relax, listen, and practice English naturally and slowly. I'm Quinn, and today I want to share with you someone who changed my experience of learning English, Miss Lily, my wonderful English teacher. In this shadowing session, we will explore her in great detail, from her teaching style, personality, to the reasons why I love learning with her. You will hear about little stories in the classroom, fun activities, how she motivates students, and moments that made me feel excited and confident every day. Pay attention to the small details, how Ms. Lily smiles, how she explains, the words she emphasizes. All of this will help you practice listening, repeating, and feeling the natural rhythm of English. Before we start, I want to remind you to listen to the whole lesson. Don't skip. Every sentence, every paragraph has its own rhythm, and repeating it will help you not only understand, but also remember better. If you're ready, let's step into the classroom, where Ms. Lily is preparing for a new lesson, and discover why she is so special to me. When I first started learning English, everything was difficult. A new language, new words, new grammar. All of it made me feel confused and anxious. I didn't know where to start, and sometimes I felt frustrated because I couldn't understand the lessons. But there was someone who gradually made me love English, and that was Miss Lily, my English teacher. Miss Lily is very cheerful, but also very serious about her work. She always smiles at her students, but when it's time to focus, she is strict and expects us to do our best. At first, I was a little afraid of her, but she never scolded us. She would gently remind us, point out mistakes, and help us correct them. She said, "Mistakes are good. Mistakes mean you are learning." That sentence made me feel much more confident. Miss Lily has a very special way of teaching. She doesn't just stand in front of the class and explain. She organizes games, group activities, and interactive exercises. For example, we often role-play situations in class. We ask questions, answer, discuss, and practice together. Whenever someone made a mistake, she encouraged us to try again, and everyone laughed joyfully. But no one felt embarrassed. Sometimes, she would create small competitions between groups, where each team had to answer questions, act out dialogues, or perform short skits. These moments were both fun and educational. Ms. Lily is also very patient. If I didn't understand a lesson, she would explain it in many different ways, using pictures, examples, or telling stories to help students understand. She often said, "English is not just about words. It is about ideas, feelings, and communication." Her words made me realize that learning English is not just about vocabulary or grammar, but also about learning to communicate and express yourself. Ms. Lily always observes each student carefully. She knows who is strong, who is struggling, who needs encouragement, and who needs extra help. She always listens and gives appropriate advice. Because of this, the classroom is not just a place to learn, but also a place to feel loved and cared for. During each lesson, she often tells small, interesting stories about the cultures of English-speaking countries. We hear about festivals, traditions, food, and even funny stories. This makes the lessons lively, not boring, and helps us remember vocabulary better. Ms. Lily also often uses music to teach English. Every week, we sing along to English songs. She explains the meaning of each sentence, emphasizes the pronunciation, and encourages everyone to sing together. Because of this, I learned accurate pronunciation, natural English rhythm, and enjoyed learning at the same time. She also organizes group exercises where we must cooperate to complete tasks. For example, one group tells a story, another group draws illustrations, and a third group prepares a mini presentation. These activities help me learn to listen, respect my classmates' opinions, and develop communication skills. Sometimes she would ask each group to present their work, and the whole class would give feedback. She encouraged us to speak politely, give constructive criticism, and applaud each other's efforts. One of my favorite things is that Ms. Lily always encourages students to speak English confidently. Even if a sentence is wrong, she encourages us. Try your best. You can do it. Because of her, I dared to stand in front of the class, present my ideas, participate in activities, and no longer feared making mistakes. Every time I succeeded, even in a small way, she praised us and said, "Celebrate small victories. They lead to big success." This made me feel confident, motivated, and want to try even harder. Ms. Lily also encourages us to learn English outside the classroom. She recommends books, videos, and websites to practice. She says, "Practice every day, even a little, is better than nothing." I always remember her words and try to practice listening, speaking, reading, and writing every day. Sometimes, I even record my voice, listen again, and correct my pronunciation word by word, sentence by sentence. Miss Lily doesn't just teach knowledge. She teaches how to live, how to be confident, and how to make continuous effort every day. Because of her, I began to love English, love standing in front of the class, love learning games, and even reading books or watching videos in English. Every day with her is full of joy, excitement, and a feeling of being cared for. Back then, every time I walked into class, I always felt excited. The sound of laughter, classmates talking, and even the smell of new books created a special learning atmosphere. I remember the days Ms. Lily organized the charades game for vocabulary. The whole class ran around, using hands, feet, and facial expressions to act out words, while the others guessed. Those moments made everyone more connected and helped us learn new words naturally. She also often gave small challenges, like telling a story in English for 1 minute, or doing a short dialogue. Whenever we finished, she praised us and reminded us that every effort matters. Sometimes she would ask us to think about how a character might feel, what word we would use in real life, and how to express it politely. These things made me realize that learning English is not just about studying a subject, but also about learning confidence, patience, and not being afraid to take challenges. Miss Lily often spends time talking privately with each student. She asks about our hobbies, learning goals, and listens to our difficulties. These conversations make me feel cared for and provide strong motivation to study. She also reminds us to keep an English journal. Every day we write a few sentences describing our activities, feelings, or new words we learned. This helps us remember longer and recognize our progress over time. When I read it back, I feel proud of what I have tried and learned. Sometimes, she gives us extra challenges, like writing a short story or describing a day in English, and she always gives feedback with kind words. If you have a wonderful teacher, you will understand this feeling, joy, confidence, and motivation to learn every day. Learning with Ms. Lily made me realize that a teacher doesn't just teach knowledge, but also inspires, builds trust, and opens doors to a new world. I want to tell you, if you have the chance to meet an amazing teacher, listen, learn, and cherish every moment with them. It will help you not only study well, but also grow personally, gain confidence, and love learning even more. Thank you for experiencing my English teacher with me. Practice every day. Speak out loud. Repeat every sentence. And feel the rhythm of English. Even just 5 minutes a day can make a big difference. See you next time, where we will continue to relax, listen, and grow together.